and the money that they had formerly embezzled. All of these things are tied together. The most important thing, though, is this. And what we see inside of Russia today, whether it's the problems on the front, or it's a problem with the supplies, or is it the problem with refineries or the export of oil, or are the many domestic problems, including the persecution of the military by the FSB? In no case, though, are those unique. Are they specific? And are they special? The fact is, they are occurring more and more every day. And there's a reason for that. And it's very simple. And that is the key point, is that Russia is becoming unraveled. All of these things are interrelated. And though they seem distant, they seem totally unrelated, they in fact are. Because when Russia has less oil exports, it then has less cash. When it has less cash, it can't satisfy its own population. It has less money for the FSB to embezzle, so the FSB persecutes Russian officers. And at the same time, the Russian officers, just making their bosses happy, send their soldiers off to die in higher numbers. The soldiers in the front are having a hard time, and that's all related to the fact that there's less money going around. And so more is being stolen, so they get less supplies. They get less attention because their officers are more focused on making sure that they don't go to jail than they are focused on what happens to their troops. All of this is interrelated. All of this shows that Russia is being attacked. It is being forced to reroute oil from places like Primorsk or Ust-Luga and Novorossiysk. These extra miles, these hours, erode their margins. It's stretching out their air defenses. It's making sure that their munitions are spent without any terrain that is gained. All these are rising costs as oil is under pressure. What you're seeing right now is not a one-off. It is not a symptom. When an oil refinery burns, or if the Ukrainians repel the Russians, or if the Ukrainians liberate a village, or if the Russian economy becomes further unbuckled, they all are interrelated, because these are all signs of the cascading effect, the very nature of the gravity of the attacks against Russia. These are not just inconveniences. These are signs of serious problems yet ahead. Things are about to get worse for Russia. So in the days ahead, look how Ukraine liberates more villages, liberates more towns in Donetsk as well as in Sumy. Take a look at the new refineries that will undoubtedly be struck by Ukraine. They will attack more Russia's ability to refine oil. But these attacks are all changing the tempo of this war. They're making it harder for Russia to continue engaging. They're going to make it harder for Russia to export oil. Make it harder for Russia to supply its own citizens as well as its military. And we can expect that the queues at the gas pumps will continue to grow. Ukraine is retaking land